just returning that comment from Charlie Munger, can you touch upon how Buffett and Munger cloned? Was that part of their repertoire? It's well known, the cannibals and the spin-offs and the like, Phillips 66, for example. But did they, are they sort of cloners too? Were they in their younger years?
That is a really excellent question. Warren doesn't talk much. He's kind of like a poker player. So I remember one time I was in his office with Guy Spear, and we saw a book on his desk, which is the Japanese company handbook. It's basically like a value line, but it lists every single Japanese stock and a half page per stock in English, right? And it was folded over like he was reading it. And Guy and I had been looking at Japanese nets, and I had looked at that book and subsequently found that I could do the same thing in Capital IQ a lot faster. And so we had found a bunch of companies that looked like pretty good companies. So when we were in the office with Warren, we said, hey Warren, there are these companies that we found through Capital IQ, and these are the names. And then Guy picked up the book, and he started leafing through to find those names to tell, kind of dog ear and mark for Warren that these are the names to look at. So Warren is just kind of observing Guy, randomly go and dog ear his book without asking any permission or anything. And while we're going through the whole process, um, some of the good companies were at the back, towards the end of the book. And Warren said, yeah, it's always that the good stuff is in the end. We got to keep leafing through to get to the end. But he was a poker face. He didn't let us into any data on whether he was going to look at those companies or not look at those companies or any of that. And then one time I had sent him a stock tip. I was very excited about this company, and I wrote him a note that this is something he might want to take a look at because of the large cap for Berkshire's portfolio. And I never heard back, which is fine. Anytime I send Warren notes, I never hear back. That's kind of par for the course. But later, when I was talking to Charlie Munger says, hey, that company you sent to Warren, he spent an incredible amount of time on it. I said he did. I said, yeah, he spent. He said, yeah. He said he did. So then, when I saw Warren the next time, I said, let me ask him directly. So I said, hey Warren, I sent you that company. What did you do with that? And he just gave a one sentence answer on why he rejected it, right? And he gave no data to me that he had spent a zillion hours looking at it or any of that. That was just kind of under the radar. So I think that Warren is not. Warren has done some cloning. Like I think Tesco was bought by Lou Simpson, then he bought it for himself. I think Precision Cast Parts was bought by Todd Coombs, and now he's bought it for Berkshire, the whole company. And so he will look at stuff. I saw that one stock I'd sent him, he spent some time on, and so on. And I think Charlie is probably more open on that front. I think Warren probably is more of, I want to do the work. So he may take it as an input, but he's very independent on his thoughts. So it's not going to have a huge bearing on him. But I actually think that cloning is a very powerful tool because someone else who's pretty smart, it's gone through all their filters, and so uh, we've talked about this before, Arvind, but you can go bowling two ways. You can go to a bowling alley and bowl with bumpers, and or you can bowl without bumpers. And the last time I asked Arvind the question, Arvind, uh, if you go to a bowling alley and all that mattered was the score, would you bowl with bumpers or without bumpers? And I think last time Arvind may have given the wrong answer. So let me ask him again. So Arvind, if you go to a bowling alley, and we are bowling for the highest score, how should we bowl?
So Mohnish, I'm very grateful that we record all our conversations because if you reviewed the last conversation, you would observe that I said I bowl with bumpers.
Okay. So now, and Arvind,
changed. I don't like, the same way you don't like businesses with rapid change. My answers don't have rapid change either, so it's the same answer.
okay, all right. And Arvind, when you go to a real bowling alley, do you bowl with bumpers or without bumpers?
Yeah, I'm not a big bowler actually. It's, do you? Are you a big bowler, Mohnish?
I am a Midwestern, blue-collared American. Of course I am.
Wonderful.
I'm from Peoria, Illinois. I bowl on my way to picking up the McDonald's dividend.
Wonderful. Other questions?